Hey YouTube, Rivals of Aether 2 updated one more time, so let's take a look at the 1.3.2 patch notes. We have the Mecha Madness event here. This is your standard $20 bundle, but it does come with a lot of really cool skins here. The 25,000 coins, 250 bucks. Mecha Edalus, Mecha Crag, Mecha Clarin. There's also a new palette here for Dark Future Locks. There was an additional Mecha Raster palette as well. And if you're playing with Ranger Clarin or Ranger Fleet, you'll also get the 20% XP on the Battle Pass. Continuing up in the Rivals 2 circuit events, we have Supernova coming up this weekend. Okay, and there is this icon here as a Twitch drop. So there's some information here on the stream schedule here. VG Bootcamp 3, House of 3000, and VG Bootcamp. You know, to get that actual drop. So make sure you're watching. You can also support the Collision event with this Zetterburn palette in the shop, the in-game shop. And by the way, if you purchase anything from the in-game shop, be sure to use code WATH, #ad, okay? #ad. That will benefit me with a portion of the proceeds, and you will get some Aether bucks back, you know, for supporting a creator. These were the palettes we were talking about earlier. They also added some other new palettes, which was really cool. The Pink Panther Zetter, I think, was pretty hard, actually. I'm not going to lie. We also got some additional icons, and there's a Mecha Raster emote. I don't think they actually show that here, but there is a Mecha Raster emote. They also added the Champion Fleet skin, as well as the other ranked rewards for Fleet. Now, probably the biggest thing in this update, 8-player lobbies. This is so massive for, you know, not only spectating in this tournament, but just having, like, King of the Hill style lobbies and things like that, which I'm probably going to bring back now that we can have more than 4 people in a lobby. This is huge. This is huge. There is still a max of 4 players to a match, though, right? That's a very important distinction. But it does mean that you can have multiple spectators, which is really awesome. There also was some disconnect logic updates. They fixed some persistent crashes when reconnecting after a disconnect or joining a lobby in progress. The casual win streak no longer displays in lobbies. Lobbies now support win streaks that persist within the lobby session alone. Yeah, that's fantastic. Huge quality of life update right there. The 1v1 stock update banner now accounts for rollback and should no longer show up in edge cases where the client predicts a stock loss, but the stock doesn't end up being lost, like the player jumping away from the blast zone last second. So this whole 1v1 stock thing, which they kind of dropped right before Evo, that's not even working for me on my local install of Rivals. I don't know if something went wrong or whatever, but this was a big problem for people that, you know, it was still appearing for them properly. So that's a great fix. Spectators can now send emotes on the result screen. They'll show up in a row along the bottom under the active player slots. Yeah, I think that's also really cool. Give spectators a chance to interact a little bit. And improve teardown time with the character select screen. This should reduce hitch when returning to the main menu from local or online play, especially on weaker hardware. So just, you know, generic performance increase. That's really awesome. So yeah, chat, this is a really cool update. Lots of cosmetics. Again, 8-player lobbies. That's so cool. Be sure to get your drops. But also, no balance changes. The balance changes is coming after Supernova. So I think it's going to be next Tuesday that we should see the next really big balance pass, as well as potentially changes the floor hugging. So with that said, everyone, if you like the video, be sure to subscribe. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. And beyond that, stay safe, stay elite. See you next time.